Good afternoon, and you're very welcome along to Austin Sack Park here in Tralee. The weather is absolutely fabulous for the Lidl Division 2 Round 2 League game between Kerry, the home county, and Clare, the visiting county. My name is Peter O'Connell, and alongside Anne-Marie Conlon, our match analyst, we'll be live streaming the match here on behalf of the LGFA and of course in association with Lidl Ireland. Conditions absolutely fantastic. Anne-Marie, in a second we'll run through the two teams. But you made a very valid point a few minutes ago off air that the water breaks are more or less designed for a day like today.
Absolutely, and there'll be a welcome break today. Conditions are perfect. It's about 20 degrees at the moment. You can see the two teams are warming up here behind us. It is quite humid. You know, girls wouldn't be used to playing in these conditions, so I think the water break will be vital today. Just even for that minute or two, just to regroup and get some water on.
Yeah, certainly conditions are just fantastic. We'll just quickly run through the two teams. Kerry, of course, won last week away against Meath up in Navan. They've made 4 changes to that starting 15, and they line out as follows. Kerry have got Ciara Butler from Castle Gregory in goals. Their full back line, Julie O'Sullivan from Inverskena Gales. At full back is the captain, Aisling Desmond from Rathmore, and at left corner back is Ciara Murphy from MKL Gales. The half back line then, Niamh Carmody from Finooge St Sinans at right half back. At centre back is Cait Lynch from Castle Island Desmonds, and wearing number 7 at left half back is Kaylee Cronin, one of the 4 players that didn't start last week that's starting today. At midfield, Kerry have Louise Galvin from Finooge St Sinans, and she's partnered by number 9 Megan O'Connell from Southern Gales. The half forward line, wearing 10, is Niamh Concour from Corcaduvna. At centre forward is Andrea Murphy from Foxrock Cabinteely, and wearing 12 to complete the half forward line, Emma Deneen from Glenfesk. And the full forward line, wearing 13, coming in is Megan O'Connor from Nagale. At full forward, Hannah O'Donoghue from Beaufort, who scored a goal last week, as did number 15 in the Kerry full forward line, Shifra O'Shea from Southern Gales. So just a quick word, Anne-Marie, before we look at the Clare team about Kerry.
Yeah, so Aisling Desmond captains the side from full back. Just looking at the full forward line, Shifra, she mentioned there she got a goal last week. She's a young player and she's really strong on the ball. Andrea Murphy plays her club football with Foxrock Cabinteely, and she's working down here. Looking at Cait Lynch and Louise Galvin, then both very experienced players. Louise is back after 7 years. She was playing in the Irish Sevens rugby team, and she also played in the Irish 15s team for a while. She was excellent back in the early 2000s, so she's back again, and I've no doubt she's going to bring her experience to this team. Looking at the Kerry bench then, Anna Galvin and Louise Galvin have years and years of experience, and they're a really good force to be able to bring on. Sarah Murphy isn't starting, she's injured at the moment, but she's sister of Paul Murphy, who's captain of the Kerry team. And looking at Anna Clifford as well, she's going to be another good girl that they can bring on. So really a mix of youth and experience there, and a very strong panel to work from.
So just looking at Clare, Clare had a very exciting 1-point win last weekend in Keswick Park, Ennis over Wexford. A late injury time point from Fidelma Marnin won it for Clare, 12 points to Wexford's 1-8. They've made 3 changes to their starting 15, so we'll run through the Clare team. Michaela Glynn from Kilmahill is in goals. Her clubmate Ellie O'Gorman is at corner back. Fullback Shifra O'Connell from Dura Bearfield, and in the left corner Orla Devitt from Éireog in Ennis. A half-back line, team captain Caoimhe Harvey is a right half-back from West Clare Gales. At centre-back from Cool Gales is Tara Kelly, and completing the half-forward line from Liscannor in North Clare is Roisin Considine. The midfield combination is Aisling Reedy of Dura Bearfield and Roisin Looney from Cora Clare. The half-forward line, Emer Keane from Milton Malbay. Centre forward, Ciara McCarthy from Kimmeria Brickin, who had an outstanding game last week, kicking 3 great points in play. Wearing number 12, coming in for her first start, is Lauren Griffin from Fergus Rovers. And the full forward line, Lizzie Roach from Burn Gales, also in North Clare. At full forward is Fidelma Marnin from West Clare Gales, and wearing number 15 is Cleena Blake from Dunbeg. So Anne-Marie, a couple of changes and a few players getting a run.
Exactly, yeah, and as you mentioned there, Clare had a good 1-point win last week against Wexford. So just looking at the changes are there, Emer Keane is on, her twin sister Anya did very well last week, so she's in at wing forward from the Milltown club. Lauren Griffin, I just said, she's getting her first start from Fergus Rovers. Lauren captain Maynooth winning college, and it's her first start, and it's great for her that she's in there. Lizzie Roach came off the bench last week. She made an impact, and she's getting her start at corner forward as well this week. Clare did very well as a team last week. Evan made the changes, and he's given girls a run, which is great. And it's, as I said last week, it's mighty to be playing teams like Kerry and Wexford and Meath. It really improves their game. Kerry have dominated ladies football for the last number of years, as well as other teams, and it's great that we're getting this competitive action here and that everyone's getting their chance. Kerry had a 3-10 to 110 victory over Meath last week, so I'm no doubt that they'll be pushing on and trying to get another win here today, but I'd say Clare have other plans for that, hopefully.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to hopefully what will be a very competitive game. Conditions absolutely perfect, a light breeze, and as regards the breeze, Anne-Marie, it's not really favouring anyone. It's not going to be a game defining breeze.
No, I don't think it's going to affect. It's fairly light. You can see the flags in the background there, but it's fairly light. Like, it's not going to hinder anyone, I think. Yeah.
Just looking then at last week, we said that Kerry had a very good, as Anne-Marie said, 3-10 to 110 win over Meath. The Kerry goal scorers on that occasion were Shifrin O'Shea, who starts corner forward today, Louise Murray-Hurtig, who unfortunately from Kerry's point of view is out injured and definitely will be a big loss, and the third goal scorer was Hannah O'Donoghue. And I suppose one thing that Clare would be very mindful of, Anne-Marie, Kerry had 2 goals in the back of the net in the first 10 minutes above in Navan last weekend, so Clare will be aware of that and we'll be trying to make sure it doesn't happen here.
Yeah, I would imagine Evan might bring back one of the wing forwards back and kind of crowd out defence. I know Tara Kelly and Roisin Looney were holding the centre back line in the defensive position last week, and I know Tara went forward on occasions and Roisin held that, so I have a feeling that worked the last day, so he might do that even today. Like, we know the Kerry forwards are so strong, so they'll have to work really, really hard for the hour. It's going to be hard in conditions, and in these conditions I think the bench will definitely be used today, even more so than the last day.
We mentioned as well earlier on that Philelma Marnin kicked the winning point last weekend for Clare. Ciara McCarthy kicked 6 points, 3 frees, 3 from play. Philelma scored 4 points, 2 from play, and the other scorers were Quiva Harvey and Chloe Maloney. And as we said, Clare have made 3 changes from that game. Coming in are Emer Keane from Milton, Lauren Griffin, Fergus Rovers, and Lizzie Rhodes, Burn Gales. And the 3 starting on the bench are Anya Keane, who started last week, Sinead Constantine, and Laura Griffey. Just another point as well, Anne-Marie, that the league is obviously very important. It's I suppose a shorter league given the circumstances over the last 12 months. But looking at the championship groups, Kerry have Galway and Donegal in the senior, and that's going to be really competitive. Galway a very good team, Donegal an emerging team, and Kerry will have, I suppose, significant championship aspirations as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose looking at Kerry, they probably would be the top 7 or 8 counties in the country at the moment. I know they're going to be trying to push on. They have those experienced players back, and obviously looking at Galway and Donegal, they have come on leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. They've really gelled together, and like Donegal were unlucky last year not to make the semi-final. So it's a really competitive group, and because the way things have gone this year, it's great to see football back and these competitive games happening.
The Clare group then, they'll be joined by Fermanagh and Leitrim. Clare have gone back a good few years of history with Fermanagh. I think it was an All-Ireland final, wasn't it? 2009
we beat them in the All-Ireland final, the intermediate final. There was a great day in Croke Park for Clare.
And then Leitrim, Clare will be hoping to come out of that group, won't
they? They would, and I'd be confident they would if they stick together and keep playing the way they're playing. They're improving every day, and Evan is doing great work, and he's a big backroom team there helping out.
We had a couple of people lined up to talk to. I'm not sure, are we going to... In fact, we're joined now by one of the representatives from the Clare backroom team. Come in. So just give us Mark, give us an idea as to what conditions we'll play today. I mean, the water break we were saying is going to be very important.
Absolutely huge, Peter. I think in particular how teams manage themselves in the heat today, we're not something we're too used to, especially in Clare. So that'll definitely be a challenge today.
It's going to be a step up from last week, but I suppose the thing about last week from a Clare point of view, they showed really good attitude, and battled their way to a win. Today's going to be different, but hopefully they'll have the same approach.
Yeah, of course. I mean, any Clare team that ever plays a Kerry at any level knows it will always be a step up. Football is like religion in this part of the world, and for the girls, we're trying to get the group up to the next level to compete at senior championship level. So anytime you're playing a team the next grade up, it's always going to be a challenge for the group. For us, it's about doing the basics really, really well. continuing to do our individual and collective jobs, and please God we just stay in the game for as long as possible now today and grind out the result.
You've made 3 changes, Mark, and the league, everyone wants to get results in the league, but at the same time you want to get to the end of the league having given a run to as many players as you can.
Absolutely, there's 15 players is certainly not going to compete if we're trying to take on an All-Ireland title, so trying to find another player or two in your squad is absolutely huge, Peter. Yeah. And
just finally, Mark, the players will be under pressure, but the Mayor Foreign will have to do a bit of running as well in this heat.
Yeah, I've my activation done, Peter, so hopefully I don't pull a hamstring now, or Tony Kerry he'll be giving out to me.
Thanks very much indeed to Mark O'Donnell there, the Clare Mayor Foreign. We're joined now by Declan Quill, the Kerry joint manager, and delighted, Declan, that you took the minute to have a quick word with us.
No bother.
Everything ready? Conditions unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I suppose after last year we played a lot of our games in the winter, between league and championship, so it's brilliant to see the sun shining, Stack Park looking so well, and we're all ready to go now, just mad to get out of the blocks.
We mentioned the water break is designed for a day like today, Declan, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we'll take advantage of it today. I suppose the first 15 minutes will always be hectic in a game, and the girls will deserve the break today anyway.
Just a final thing, Declan, you got off to a great start last week. Tough game away against Meath, them having won the intermediate last year.
Yeah, we did. Through. Yeah, I suppose, look, it was great with very little preparation. I suppose between, like we had last year, we had challenge games played and everything. We didn't have this year, so we had a long drive up to Meath and that. But, we got through it and played quite well. But, we just take the next game now, every game at a time, and hopefully this will go well for us as well.
Brilliant. Declan, thank you very much indeed. Thanks indeed to Declan Quill there, the Kerry joint manager. So I think we're almost ready now at this stage for Oran Aveen. The teams have their warm-ups done. Conditions are absolutely perfect, and we'll pause now for Oran Aveen. It's absolutely perfect here in Stack Park, and Anne-Marie, I'd say from a player's point of view, you'd love to be out there on a day like today.
Oh, absolutely, perfect conditions. The two teams here are just doing a few final preparations, 2 last minute runs. Important to get the second win today and be able to keep going, ideal conditions, and really looking forward to a great game of football.
Yeah, and both teams went through nice rigorous warm-ups, and I suppose it's important not to expend too much energy in the warm-up as well, Emery.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice and calm, very relaxed from both sides, and that's what you need. Just nice and easy, just getting off the ground and getting the blood flowing, and they're all ready to go now. And I think the first 10 minutes is vital here now. Clare need to crowd it out, and Kerry, I'm sure, will be trying to get a few scores on the board quickly, but I've no doubt Clare will do their best to counteract that.
The referee is from Galway. His name is Austin O'Connell, and he's just looking around him to make sure that everyone is ready. The two teams, thankfully from our point of view, seem to be lining out as selected. Austin O'Connell throws the ball in and the game is on, and Kerry immediately win the throw in, and they're attacking. Emma Deneen from Glenflesk has it now, gets it forward in towards her colleague inside in the corner forward position, Megan O'Connell from McGill. Now Megan O'Connell links up with the right half back, who's raiding Niamh Camry from Finuge St. Sinners. She pops it off to the full forward Hannah O'Donoghue from Beaufort, gives it back as far as Emma Deneen. Emma Deneen pops it inside to the Kerry centre forward Andrea Murphy from Foxrock Cabinteely. Referees playing advantage, and one of the Kerry players went to ground inside, but the free had been given beforehand. So just over 30 seconds gone here in Stack Park, Interlee, in resplendent weather conditions, and referee Austin O'Connell gives that free in to Kerry. So Kerry winning that throw in, putting together 5 or 6 consecutive passes, held onto the ball well under pressure, and Shifra O'Shea now from Southern Gales is about 25 yards out, and is very likely to put this over the bar and put Kerry in front. But no, it does go over the bar. It hit the post and eventually then went over. So Shifra O'Shea putting that over the bar, and Clare will be very keen to get their hands on the ball, and they've got their hands on the ball now, and they're trying to work it sharp, but it goes wrong. The hand pass from Michaela Glenn is picked up by the corner forward. The full forward has now goes to ground. Referee doesn't blow his whistle, but eventually Hannah O'Donoghue takes advantage of that mix-up and sticks it into the back of the Clare net, and after a minute and a half, Anne-Marie, this is not a good start for Clare, to put it mildly.
No, Michaela was unlucky there. I think they got their cause wrong, and then the opportunity was taken well by Kerry. So that's what if a mistake happens, that's what happens. You have to be able to. It's how Clare react to this now is going to be the test, and the ball is in Kerry's favour, and Megan O'Donnell's on the ball.
Kerry have won that the second kick out, so they're attacking again now. The full forward again has a very dangerous Hannah O'Donoghue. She takes on the Clare full back line, 2 or 3 solos, looks for a runner inside. It's really well cut out by Clare. That was good defending, because the runner inside was Shifra O'Shea, and if she had picked up that ball, well, it could have been a very difficult situation again for Clare. Clare now doing well with Tara Kelly breaking out of defence. She links up with Roisin Looney from Clare. Roisin Looney solos the ball goes to ground, doesn't lose possession, holds on to it, finds Clare's number 12 Lauren Griffin from Fergus Orvis. Clare now spilled the ball again, had put together a few passes on that occasion, but Megan O'Connell takes advantage and picks up the ball, and Kerry now breaking yet again, this time with Niamh Carmody. Niamh Carmody direct ball in, the Kerry player is out in front, goes to ground, good battle going on, but it's picked up by Clare's Roisin Looney, and she lays it off as far as right half back and team captain Caoimhe Harvey from West Clare Gales. She gets it forward. It's a good ball forward as far as Fidelma Marnin. Referee has seen probably a late foul there, Anne-Marie, and it's going to be a free. I thought he might have played advantage, but it's going to be a free from midfield. I
think Roisin Looney's jersey was pulled back there, so that's good vision from the referee there. Just going back to the plays there, the ball has to go to hand today. You know, any mistakes are going to be punished. Roisin's looking for a runner now, and she's after finding Caoimhe Harvey on the wing. It's
a good run from Caoimhe Harvey now. Always wants to attack from the half back line for Clare, and doing well now to hold on possession, spreads the ball back in field as far as Roisin Looney wearing 9. Roisin Looney gets it forward as far as Fidelma Marnin with the distinctive multicoloured boots. She finds one of her teammates on the other side, drops in around the square. The ball drops. The goalkeeper did well. Clare win it back, however. Good play from Clare, good battle. The Kerry corner back does very well. Ciara Murphy on this occasion to defend that, but she gave away a free, and it's going to be free into Clare. So that was good play from Clare, high up the field, putting the pressure on, and very good play from Cliona Blake.
Really good battling there from Cliona Blake. She won a 50-50 ball on the ground. I must apologise, I called her Nully last week, her older sister's name, but it was very well done there by Cliona, and that's what you need if a ball comes in 50-50. You have to be able to fight for it, and Fidelma's about to take the free.
4 minutes gone. Fidelma Marnin with Clare's first shot on target, but that skies well to the right as we look at it. Doesn't quite go wide. Kerry pick it up. Cliona Blake trying to defend from the front, putting a lot of pressure on. Referee plays advantage, but Kerry break out again, and Niamh Carmody now has it. She's been involved in the play a lot. Spreads it wide, and good direct ball inside to the Kerry inside forwards, but excellent defending there from Clare's cornerback from Kilmahel. Ellie O'Gorman read that well and lays it off to Aisling Reedy from Dura Bearfield. Aisling Reedy outsider to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey back to Aisling Reedy. Aisling Reedy now cutting through the middle, has the shot, and that's a really good point from Aisling Reedy. And last couple of minutes we've seen, Clare have settled a bit, like they've got their hands on the ball a small bit more, and that point, hopefully from their point of view, will settle Clare.
Yeah, that was absolutely super score there. Worked all the way up from the half back line, and Lauren Griffin has gone back from Fergus Rover. She's gone back centre back, and Tara Kelly is pushing forward, so she's helping out as the third midfielder, so that'll push Clare forward now.
Clare do very well through Lizzie Roach. They won that kick out, and Clare bursting forward now with Tara Kelly, lays it off, and that's a shot there from Lizzie Roach, and that's straight over the bar, and that's 2 excellent scores in succession from Clare, and Kerry lead by 1-1 to Clare's 2 points. And Anne-Marie, we all would have been a bit concerned after 1-1 the first minute and a half from Kerry that it could get very difficult for Clare, but they've really, they've battled back really, really well in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very good response from Clare, and that's what you need, is good character there. Caoimhe Harvey's after taking the line ball, she's after finding Roisin Looney again, and she's linking up with Tara Kelly.
Tara Kelly is playing really, really well in that free role because there's no one that seems to be marking her, and she's getting on an awful lot of the ball, carrying it forward, still has it, gives it back to Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney now licks up with Aisling Reedy. She's already put a great point over the bar. She takes on Kerry, goes past 2 or 3 players, she's in. Good opportunity, great shot, great save, 45. That really was a very incisive run from Aisling Reedy. And Aisling Reedy, Tara Kelly making those runs, Caoimhe Harvey doing likewise as well. No matter how good you are, when players are running at you and they've got a bit of pace and good ball control, no to do with the ball, it's a very effective tactic.
Yeah, absolutely, and Clare need to keep doing that and keep pushing on and keep putting the pressure on the Kerry defence. As we mentioned earlier, Lauren Griffin is gone back, and it gives Tara Kelly and Roisin Looney and Aisling Reedy a bit more space around the middle there to push forward, and the forwards need to be making the runs out to the wing and looking for ball and space so that it's not too crowded out.
Yeah, that was really good football from Clare there. So this 45 now is going to be taken by Ciara McCarthy from Kilmurray Bricken. Caoimhe Harvey's making a run outside her. Ciara looks up and spots a run inside, and the run is from Cliona Blake, who started very well, won a lot of ball, pops a lovely pop as far as Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey gives it off as far as Ciara McCarthy again. She gets it back to Cliona Blake. Clare good and patient in possession, not trying not to make rash decisions. She gives a very sharp pass to Tara Kelly. Tara Kelly takes on 2 or 3 players, gets the shot in, and it goes just to the right as the umpire looks at it and wide. But aside from the finish, and it was a decent effort at the point as well from Tara Kelly, but good football again there from Clare.
Yeah, she's just a little bit off balance when she kicked that. They just need to play it around a little bit more, but it's a good opportunity. Kerry are in possession with Niamh Carmody.
Julie O'Sullivan having win the kick out. Niamh Carmody now lays the ball off as far as the wing forward. Emma Deneen bounces the ball, hops it a couple of times, goes past Caoimhe Harvey. It's a good run from the Glenfesk player, but she's been bottled up. The referee's playing advantage. The full forward Hannah O'Donoghue has it now, 35 yards out. Referee says that there wasn't sufficient advantage, and that's going to be a free in to Kerry, and it's about 38-39 yards out. The breeze here in Austin Stark Park, thankfully there is a bit of a breeze, because you need a bit of a breeze today, aside at all from football, but it's not really favouring either team particularly strongly. Maybe slightly in Clare's favour, but it's certainly not a huge factor. As Kerry through Hannah O'Donoghue attack again, she lays the ball off as far as the wing forward Emma Deneen, but Emma Deneen's kick drops short. That's good goalkeeping from Michaela Glynn from Kilmahel, and Michaela Glynn has it back again now. She tries to thread the ball out as far as the right half of the field on the opposite side, and eventually now Aisling Reedy picks it up. She's been outstanding in the first 9 minutes here in Tralee. She's bursting forward, referee plays advantage, so whatever happens, Clare will have a free. Gets it in as far as Fidelma Marnin out in front. Fidelma Marnin showing good patience, solos the ball under pressure from a couple of Kerry players, lays it back as far as Aisling Reedy again. Aisling Reedy finds Roisin Consign. Roisin Consign spreads the play as far as Cliona Blake. Good mobile movement from the Clare forwards. They're not staying static. Cliona Blake now taking on a couple of Kerry players. Gets past. Really great score there from Cliona Blake. She got past the challenge of Louise Galvin and Julie O'Sullivan. Under pressure, put it over the bar. That's a superb score from Cliona Blake.
Super score, for really good sidestepping, really good balance, excellent work, really good work rate. Just going back to Emer Keane there, she was back in the cornerback position, helping out, and she's covering some amount of ground, so she's also filtering back, so that just shows some of Clare tactics there. They're filtering back and they're driving forward at pace. Really good score. So
Clare definitely are well set up tactically. But of course, no matter how well set up tactically you are, if you can't put the ball over the bar or take advantage of scoring chances, you'll be in trouble. But Clare have done that since Kerry hit that early 1-1. Great pop from Niamh Carmody to Andrea Murphy, and she puts that over the bar, and that's a quality score. That's a great score.
A super score, equally as good score as the other end a few minutes ago. Lovely score inside of the left boot, the right boot there. Really good score. Michaela's looking for help, and she's found Ellie O'Gorman on the right wing. Ellie's after finding Lauren Griffin.
Lauren Griffin has it now, stolen the ball forward, looking for somebody inside her. She finds Tara Kelly. It's a nice pop. Tara Kelly runs into the Kerry player, but the referee doesn't think that Kerry thought it was barging. The referee doesn't think it was. The Kerry player was Megan O'Connell, and Clare attack now, still have it. Quiva Harvey picking it up and giving it back to her West Clare Gales teammate, Fidelma Marnin now. Try to get past a couple of Kerry players, goes to ground. She's pulled down there, it looked like, by a combination of Julia Sullivan and Louise Galvin, and Fidelma Marnin is on the ground. The Kerry cornerback gets up, referee in no doubt, but that was a free out. That was a free in. And Marie, we've seen some really good examples from both teams of, when a player runs at the opposition, and if they've got a bit of pace and they've got a good ball control, it's very hard to defend against.
Yeah, absolutely. A really good work rate again down the left wing there. Both teams are working really, really hard the first 10 minutes here. There are plenty of running off the ball and plenty of support play, and Fidelma Marnin has put the ball over the bar. Good
score from Fidelma Marnin, her second free, her first point, and Kerry lead by a point after nearly 12 minutes in Tralee. Kerry 1-2, Clare 4 points. There's been some great football from both teams, some really good stuff, and it's just been outstanding football so far in the heat. We'll see later in the game, will the heat have an impact or not. It's not having an impact at the moment, certainly not on Hannah O'Donoghue. She gets away from Siofra Niconnell, cutting in from the sideline on the far side of the field opposite the stand, lays it off as far as her colleague in the full forward line, the Kerry number 13, Megan O'Connor. She goes to ground, and the referee says that she fouled the ball. Clare win the free out. Great defending from Orla Devitt there from Éire. The free is taken very, very quickly. Outfield as far as Aisling Reedy. Aisling Reedy gets it forward as far as Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake has played very well inside and is causing a lot of problems from Julie O'Sullivan, taking on the Kerry cornerback. Pops it as far as Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin now trying to take on Kerry's captain, Aisling Desmond from Rathmore at fullback, but Aisling Desmond is holding Fidelma Marnin goal side. Fidelma pops it off. And eventually it's back now with Cliona Blake. She popped it as far as Lizzie Rhodes. Lizzie Rhodes gave it to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake gives it inside to Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney faced by three Kerry players. Pops it. Tara Kelly takes it on. Three Kerry players around her. Lays it off to the far side of the field. That's a great shot across the goals, but it goes wide. And the shot was from Roisin Consign, raiding from right half back. And it was really good up to the finish, and just that small finish was just the finish slightly lacking.
Yeah, very good patient play from Clare there. They worked it across the field. They're not rushing, they're not panicking, and they're putting Kerry under pressure. And
it's a 45 in fact, so there was
a deflection.
There was a deflection off the shot. Good umpiring there from the umpires. So the 45 is going to be taken now by Ciara McCarthy, and we'll see what happens here.
Just looking at Wexford and Meath. Wexford are at home to Meath today, and after 7 minutes it's Meath 2-1, Wexford no goal.
45 was taken short, didn't go too well. It broke off Fidelma Marnin and was won by Emma Deneen, but Emma Deneen gives it away, and Clare's Roisin Looney breaks forward now. She's been involved in so much of the play. Lays it off as far as Quiva Harvey. Holds on to it under a bit of pressure. Nice ball back to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake has the shot, but that goes to the left and wide. And yet again, Clare punched holes in Kerry there, as Kerry have done to Clare, it has to be said as well, at the far side of the field. Both teams really well set up there. They've got good runners in the middle third of the field, and if they're given a bit of space, they can cause problems, and it's very hard to defend against that. The Kerry goalkeeper, Ciara Butler from Castle Gregory, takes the kick out because out over the sideline, and that was good defending from Clare on the kick out. Anne-Marie, they didn't make it easy for a short kick out.
Yeah, Ciara was forced to kick long there because Clare pressed up and she had no options out the field, so that's frustrating for her. Cliona Blake is after taking the sideline. She found Lauren Griffin. Lauren Griffin's after giving back to Cliona. Cliona's looking for support off the shoulder.
Cliona Blake has been very, very busy in the opening 15 minutes here in Tralee. As we say that, Kerry win a free in the middle third, given away, according to referee, by Aisling Reedy, who's getting back now into a defensive position. The ball goes out over the sideline on the far side of the field. Siofra O'Connell was shadowing the Kerry full forward, Hannah O'Donoghue, well away from the full forward position, just in front of the stand here in Austin Stack Park in Tralee. In the meantime now, Lauren Griffin has the ball in the middle of the field. She gives it to Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney, good and patient on the ball, links up with Aerobe's Orla Devitt. Clare now trying to work it out through Ellie O'Gorman this time. Great run from Ellie O'Gorman from Kilmahel, well away from the full back line where she's normally positioned, but does very well to hold on to the ball under pressure. Gives it to Fidelma Marnin, who's I suppose more accustomed to being on the ball in an attacking position. Fidelma Marnin taking on the Kerry full back Aisling Desmond, but good defending from Aisling Desmond, and the Kerry corner back Julia Sullivan got in there as well, and it has to be said that was good defending from Kerry, who are launching another attack now. The full forward is Hannah O'Donoghue. She's wearing 14, but she's certainly not playing full forward. She's roving far and wide from that position. Good battle in the inside line between Kerry's Megan O'Connor, who does well to hold on to the ball under pressure from Siofra O'Connell. The referee is his hand up. He's playing advantage to Andrea Murphy. Andrea Murphy under pressure from Roisin Looney, and the referee is going to call it back. I think he's going to maybe produce his book as well. Whether he produces a card or not, we'll have to see. 17 minutes gone in the first half, so we're very close at this point now to the first half water break. The referee didn't produce a card as far as I can see there.
No, didn't. No. Good pressure again from Clare. I know they filtered. There was 10 players back from Clare there to try and stop the runner coming through. I know Roisin Looney had to foul her in the end because she was straight through. Kerry with the free just to the right, slightly to the right of the post.
Kerry now looking for their third point, and the free is taken by Siofra O'Shea, and she puts it straight over the bar, and the referee calls what could be a badly needed water break after just over 17 minutes, and Kerry leading by 2 points. Kerry 1-3, Clare 4 points, and it really has been an outstanding 17 minutes. I mean, Clare started poorly, Kerry got the 1-1, but Clare came right back into it, and both of them have played some really good football.
Yeah, it's been intense stuff there with the last 17 minutes, and I'm sure they're delighted with their little break there. Really good intensity as well, you know, it hasn't dropped at any stage. Both teams fighting very hard, bringing off some really good scores there as well, really good defence. A great game so far. We look forward to the next 15 minutes. I see Clare warming up 3 players at the far end here. As we mentioned at the start of the game, you know, the subs will be used today, and it's unlimited subs, which is brilliant for the league, so girls can get their rest, and even if they have to come back on again, you know, it's brilliant to have that.
We can hear a bit of shouting here on the far side of the field. I think it's from the Kerry, from the Kerry huddle, so to speak, and I suppose, Anne-Marie, Kerry will not be happy with that first half, because especially given they started so well. Yeah,
they did. No, I don't think they will. As you said, there's a little bit of shouting going on, and I think that he's going to be telling them that they haven't really got going yet. You know, they're off the pace a little bit. Clare are on top, and you know, if Clare get a few more scores on the board, Kerry heads will drop. You know, and I'll just have another update from the Meath and Wexford game, which is on Wexford today. It's currently Meath 3-2, Wexford no score, so a really good start there for Meath. They have been looking to get the win after their defeat to Kerry last week, you know, so hopefully Wexford can get a few scores on the board and drive on to the 13 minutes gone in that game in Wexford. So
certainly Meath well in control at the moment in Wexford. Here in Tralee, it's thankfully much tighter. It's a 2-point game. Kerry leading by 1-3 to Clare's 4 points, and Hannah O'Donoghue with that early goal for Kerry. It came from a Clare mistake, and Hannah O'Donoghue certainly capitalised on that. So the kick-out play resumes, and the kick-out is going to be taken by Kilmahel's Michaela Glenn. So the ball lands in the middle of the field, but it's won there by Kerry. And Kerry now attacking effectively through Emma Deneen. She gives it off as far as Hannah O'Donoghue, lays it off to the midfielder Louise Galvin. Louise Galvin gets the shot in, and that goes over the bar. And Kerry now are in a 3-point lead, 1-4 to 4 points, and possibly whatever bit of shouting we heard, I think might have worked that time at least.
Yeah, that was a really good score there. They won the kick out and drove forward. Michaela's after finding Caoimhe Harvey on the wing, and she's after finding Lauren Griffin. Lauren's in possession. She's looking for, and she's after finding Fidelma Marnin.
That was a really good play there from Michaela Glenn to spot that. Went with the early kick out, and Clare found the space. Tara Kelly, referee, has his hands up, playing advantage to Clare. The free is going to be 45 yards out, dead straight in front of the goals, and we'll just see who's going to take this now. They're going to look for someone to go short. It's going to be Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake gives it to her half forward colleague Emer Keane. Emer Keane pops it back to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake has been very busy in these opening 17-18 minutes, but on that occasion overplayed the ball. Kerry won it back, caught Lynch from Castleisle. Desmond's burst forward, gives it to Emma Deneen. Emma Deneen's been involved in an awful lot of play. She's looking up to see is there a bit of movement inside in the Kerry full forward line. There's a couple of Clare defenders back, not too many Kerry players inside close to goal, but Emma Deneen is continuing that run nonetheless. It's a very good run, and she pops it as far Megan O'Connor. Megan O'Connor spreads the play to the far side of the field to Siofra O'Shea, who's brought over 2 points from frees. Siofra O'Shea now is being defended by Aisling Reedy from Durbearfield. Siofra O'Shea pops the ball inside to the Kerry corner forward Megan O'Connor. Megan O'Connor gives it back to Hannah O'Donoghue, left footed. Hannah O'Donoghue hits the post. It breaks back to the same player off her right this time, across goal, and bit of danger here now for Clare as Megan O'Connor goes down the ball. Not too many Clare defenders in front of her yet. There is now. She finds sufficient space to put that over the bar. That's Kerry's 5th point. They've also scored a goal, 1-5 to Clare's 4 points, and we're not too far off, 20 minutes gone in the first half. And to be honest, Emery, from a Clare point of view, that was a soft score in that Megan O'Connor was just given too much time.
She was given too much time, but it was a good score kind of from an acute angle also. Well worked in. Michaela found Caoimhe Harvey, and Caoimhe found Orla Devitt, who's after giving the ball to Ciara McCarthy. Ciara's looking for support, and she finds it from Caoimhe Harvey again.
Good ball forward from Caoimhe Harvey to Philema Martin. Philema Martin out in front of the two Kerry players. Now can she either find a runner or an early ball? She opts for the early ball, lovely inside to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake spills it, wins it back, spreads it to the far side of the field as far as Roisin Consign. Roisin Consign lays the ball off to Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach with the shot from an angle, and that drifts to the left as we look at it, to the right as regards where the umpire is seeing it, and wide. Clare needed that score, Emery.
They did, yeah, and it was well worked across. It was a pity, just tailed to the left in the end. But again, Clare just need to drive on from that now and keep working the ball forward. 21 minutes gone here in Tralee. The sun is high in the sky. Fantastic scenery in the background. The road's very busy on the way here with, I suppose, people all around the country taking advantage of fantastic weather conditions today as Kerry attack now. Centre forward Andrea Murphy, she's put over a point from Foxrock Cabinteely, holds onto the ball under pressure there from Ciara McCarthy. Kerry get it forward early, but not very effectively, and Aisling Reedy read that well. Aisling Reedy now bursting forward in the far side of the field. It's a good play, really good play, but unfortunately from a Clare point of view overcarried the ball, and the referee rightly says that it's a free to Kerry. Just another update from Wexford Park. It's currently Meath 4-3, Wexford no score. So another goal from Stacey Grimes. So Meath are well in control there after 17 minutes.
Kerry now establishing a bit of control here, but it is just a 4-point game, 1-5 to Clare's 4 points. But certainly since the water break, Kerry put over 2 points, and now they've got another opportunity here as a centre back, Caught Lynch, breaks forward. She links up with the centre forward Andrea Murphy. Andrea Murphy lays the ball off as far as Hannah O'Donoghue. Hannah O'Donoghue tried to link up with Niamh Chuncour, but Clare won it back well. Caoimhe Harvey breaks forward now. Cliona Blake has been all over the place, has it 3 or 4 solos, breaking forward in the middle of the field, looks to the outside of Lizzie Roach. Can she hold on to this? She can't, but it spills as far as Clare's Lauren Griffin from Fergus Rovers, and the shot, it drops short, and that was a tired shot in the end, Emery.
Yeah, again, really good work from Clare, really good work from Cliona. She was back at her midfield, just a shot. I think it was, as you said, it was a tired kick in the end. Unlucky though, Kerry are pressing forward here with Niamh Chuncour. Niamh
Chuncour gets it forward, well won by Megan O'Connor inside. Megan O'Connor pops it to the runner, Louise Galvin. Louise Galvin gives it back to Hannah O'Donoghue. Hannah O'Donoghue bounces the ball, real pace, great left foot, over the bar. Kerry 1-6, Clare 4 points, and the water break has worked very well for Kerry, Emery.
Yeah, really good link play there with Louise Galvin, who we said is back after 7 years. She linked up there very well with Hannah O'Donoghue. Again, just popping it off, giving it to the person in the best position. Michaela's kick out has gone to the Kerry midfielder.
Kerry midfielder Megan O'Connell. It was well caught. Michaela Glynn went long this time. Kerry now with a shot. The shot was from Andrea Murphy, but there was a late tackle as the Foxrock Cabinteely player was in the act of shooting, and the referee Austin O'Connell from Kerry spotted it, or from Galway spotted that, and he points towards Michaela Glynn's goal. So that's going to be a free in for Kerry, and more than likely Shifra O'Shea is going to take this. She's already put over 2 points for the home county. Kerry leading by 5 at the moment, 1-6 to Clare's 4 points, and that's very likely to extend into a 6-point lead. Kerry have already scored 3 points since the first half water break, and this more than likely will be a fourth. There were 2 points up after 17 minutes, and they're now probably going to be 6 points up after 24. But after, that's fairly typical, isn't it, Emery, of the whole commentating thing. After all that build up, it goes well wide.
Yeah, I know. It went out off the outside of her right foot there. Very scoreable free, but look, these things happen, and frees are difficult at times. Michaela, there's a stoppage in play here. The ref is writing something. I think he's just noted something. Oh no, there's a substitution on the Kerry team. Niamh Carmody is
Kerry's number 5. Niamh Carmody has been taken off, and she's been replaced by Ava Doherty from Glenflesk. So that's the change. Ava Doherty coming in for Kerry's Niamh Carmody. That's after 25 minutes in Tralee. Kerry attacking again now. They've been dominant for the last 5 or 6 minutes, but Michaela Glynn is off her goal. She looks to link up with somebody, but the clearance goes astray, and it's picked up by the substitute, Ava Doherty. Kerry stringing together now an attack. Nice left-footed little pass there from Hannah O'Donoghue to she takes the return as well from her attacking colleague, and inside, looking dangerous, Megan O'Connor, and that eventually goes over the bar from Hannah O'Donoghue, and that was an intricate move. Could have gone wrong, didn't, and lovely point from a Kerry point of view.
Yeah, that was an excellent move from Kerry. Really good decision making there from Hannah O'Donoghue to hand pass it over the bar. It's something you don't see much in ladies football, is the hand pass over the bar. Really good score, and again, Kerry are just driving on. Michaela's looking for options from the kick out. She's went short earlier on in the match. She went long the last few, and she's after going short again, and she's after finding Emer Keane.
It's a 6-point game now. Kerry 1-7, Clare 4 points, and Clare know that they've got to do something here before half time. Maybe get at least one score on the board, and ideally from their point of view not concede anymore, which would make sure that we'd be in for a competitive second half. Lovely ball forward from Ciara McCarthy, but it's spilled by Cliona Blake. Good defending from Julie O'Sullivan from Inverskin and Gales as cornerback goes to ground, and that's really good cornerback play from the Kerry player. Cliona Blake is still on the ground. Kerry building an attack now from deep, and bursting forward is their centre back, Caught Lynch looks and sees the run from Hannah O'Donoghue out towards the sideline. Hannah O'Donoghue in front of Emer Keane. She's taking on Emer Keane, gives it inside to her corner forward, Shifra O'Shea, who gives it back to Hannah O'Donoghue. She's been having an outstanding game, it has to be said, for Kerry. Links up with the centre forward, Andrea Murphy trying to create an angle for a shot under pressure, and good defending there from Clare, and good defending in particular from Quiva Harvey, who has gone to ground, and I can't quite see from a distance here. It looks as if she's holding her eye, or possibly certainly some part of her face, so the referee's going to hold it up a small bit. Kerry still lead by 6, 1-7 to Clare's 4 points.
And the latest update from Wexford Park, with 20 minutes gone, it's currently Wexford no score, Meath ladies 5-4, a hat-trick there from Stacey Grimes. So as we mentioned earlier, Meath are well in control of that game. Hat-trick from Stacey, we remember her when she played Clare last year. She got 2-3 in one of the games. Very, very strong going forward, and if Wexford are to come back, they're going to have to work really, really hard. I think 5-4 is quite a high score after 20 minutes.
Definitely Wexford in trouble there as half time approaches. Here in Tralee, as half time approaches, Kerry 6 points ahead. Clare had a very good opening 17 minutes, but haven't scored since the water break. And to make sure that we have a competitive second half, they'll be extremely keen to try and get something on the board in the remaining 2 or 3 minutes of the second half, as Clare's Emer Keane breaks forward, manages to get back as far as Tara Kelly. Tara Kelly links up with Roisin Looney. Looney now sold the ball, taking on her opposite number, Megan O'Connell. Great run from Roisin Looney. Ball gives it on the outside to Aisling Reedy, but as good as the move was, and it was a decent attempt by Aisling Reedy, but not quite accurate enough, Anne-Marie, and it drifts to the left as we look at it on wide.
Yeah, Clare have missed a few scoreable opportunities now. I think any time that Clare get the ball up the field, they need to settle and just try and get a few scores on the board to build the confidence again. Really good run there from Roisin Looney, and good support play from Tara Kelly as well, and unlucky from Aisling Reedy in the end.
Fantastic feeling in the middle of the field from Kerry's Megan O'Connell from Southern Gales. That was superb. Clash between two players. They both go to ground. Referee rightly says, hold on a minute. He thought there might have been a bit of a clash of heads. Thankfully, both players get up. Shifa Shea was on the ground for a couple of seconds. She got up straight away. Both of them okay, so it looked a bit worse than thankfully turned out. Kerry were in possession, and they're going to hold on to possession now. Katie Cronin takes the free. She finds Megan O'Connor. Megan O'Connor is being defended now, but lays it off to her centre forward, Andrea Murphy. Andrea Murphy bursting forward. It's a very good run from Andrea Murphy, but it doesn't finish with a point. It goes a couple of feet wide, and Clare lucky enough that time not to concede another point.
Yeah, if Andrea had spotted Emma Deneen, she was gone in over the top, and it could have been a goal scoring opportunity for Kerry. Lucky for Clare, though, she didn't spot her. Michaela gave the kick out to Ellie O'Gorman, and Ellie's after finding Caoimhe Harvey on the run.
Good run from Caoimhe Harvey, gives it inside to Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin now being defended well by Aisling Desmond. Aisling Desmond keeping her goal side all the time. In fact, it's the cornerback Ciara Murphy on this occasion. Good defending from Ciara Murphy. Also back there defending is Louise Galvin, who's certainly taken into account, I suppose, her defensive duties as a midfielder. But Clare still have the ball. Spreading it to the far side of the field is Ciara McCarthy. She finds Clare's wing back Roisin Consign. Roisin Consign bursts forward. It's a great run. What a goal. Absolutely great finish. And that's a superb goal there from Clare. And it was put away eventually by Aisling Reedy. Absolutely rocket of a shot. Good build up. And Clare had been playing some good football, but maybe not getting the scores in the second quarter of the first half. But on that occasion, super goal from Aisling Murphy, and really, really good play from Clare. So it's a 3-point game as half-time approaches. In fact, it is half-time. So the score at half-time, Kerry leading Clare by 1-7 to 1-4. So more or less the second or third last kick of the first half, Anne-Marie. A great goal from Aisling Reedy, well worth involving, in particular, Roisin Consign was involved, and good patience from Clare as well. Fidelma Marnin, and really good finish to the first half.
Excellent finish there by Aisling Reedy. It was worked well. Fidelma Marnin. So Aisling Desmond and Ciara Murphy have switched. So Ciara Murphy is now picking up Fidelma, and Aisling Desmond is picking up Lizzie Roach. So they have switched, but Fidelma won the ball out in the corner, worked it across, and a really good finish from Aisling Reedy. And it'll be give good confidence boosters. It's only a 3-point game, and the first 15 minutes now of the second half will be vital.
And your overall impressions of the first half, Anne-Marie? Kerry started so well with that 1-1 the first minute and a half. Clare hit back, I think, with 3 points in a row. Then approaching the water break, it was very tight. Cut 2 points in it. Then Kerry hit Clare for 3 or 4 successive scores. They were 6 points up. That goal makes sure that it'll be a fairly happy Clare, reasonably content Clare dressing room at half time. The main thing was to get to half time still competitive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want, a competitive game, and that's what it has been for the first 30 minutes, and hopefully the next 30 minutes will be the same. And look, both teams will be wanting to get their victory. I know Clare had their 1-point victory last week, and I know Kerry had their 2-goal victory over Wexford, and today is a great test for both. And I know I'm sure that they'll be emptying their bench in the second half as well. There's 27 minutes gone in Wexford Park, and it's currently Meath 5-4, Wexford 1 point, so Wexford have got on the scoreboard. They will lead a big second half. If they're going to come close to Meath seem to be well in control there.
And that Clare goal from Aisling Reedy, absolutely vital score. It was a great finish, and she scored 1-1 from midfield as well, Anne-Marie. And we mentioned it a few times about both teams have got players that are really well able to make good runs from deep, and that goal from Aisling Reedy was a great example.
Exactly, Aisling Reedy, Roisin Looney and Tara Kelly have been making those runs. Caoimhe Harvey also, she's tracking back as well, as is Roisin Considine, she's moving forward. Emer Keane has been going back in the defensive position, so has Lauren Griffin, and they're driving forward together as a team, and it's working well. And I know that's probably a plan that they have made coming into this game. They knew what the Kerry forwards were going to be like. They knew they had to crowd them out and stop the runners coming through. I know they got in for a few scores there earlier on, but I think Clare will be happy enough with their first half performance. Thanks
indeed to Anne-Marie. I think it's time, Anne-Marie, for you, maybe for me as well, to have a cup of tea or a drink or something, because we need a drop of water as well. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, but in the meantime, we're going to look at some highlights in the first half here in Austin Stack Park, Interlee, where at half time spreads it wide, and good direct ball inside to the Kerry inside forwards, but excellent defending there from Clare's cornerback from Kilmahill. Ellie O'Gorman read that well and lays it off to Aisling Reedy from Dura Bearfield. Aisling Reedy outsider to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey back to Aisling Reedy. Aisling Reedy now cutting through the middle, has the shot, and that's a really good point from Aisling Reedy. And
from Fergus over, she's gone back centre back, and Tara Kelly's pushing forward, so she's helping out as the third midfielder, so that'll push Clare forward now.
Clare do very well through Lizzie Roach. They won that kick out, and Clare bursting forward now with Tara Kelly, lays it off, and that's a shot there from Lizzie Roach, and that's straight over the bar, and that's Kerry that it could get very difficult for Clare, but they've really, they've battled back really well in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very good response from Clare, and that's what you need, is good character there. Caoimhe Harvey's after taking the line ball, she's after finding Roisin Looney again, and she's linking up with Tara Kelly.
Tara Kelly is playing really well in that free role, because there's no one that seems to be marking her, and she's getting on an awful lot of the ball, carrying it forward, still has it, gives it back to Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney now licks up with Aisling Reedy. She's already put a great point over the bar. She takes on Kerry, goes past 2 or 3 players, she's in. Good opportunity, great shot, great save, 45. That staying static. Cliona Blake now taking on a couple of Kerry players. Gets past. Really great score there from Cliona Blake. She got past the challenge of Louise Galvin and Julia Sullivan. Under pressure, put it over the bar. That's a superb score from Cliona Blake.
Super score, for really good sidestepping, really good balance. First 10 minutes here. There are plenty of running off the ball and plenty of support play, and Fidel Marnin has put the ball over the bar.
Good score from Fidel Marnin, attacking effectively through Emma Deneen. She gives it off as far as Hannah O'Donoghue, lays it off to the midfielder Louise Galvin. Louise Galvin gets the shot in, and that goes Hannah O'Donoghue. Hannah O'Donoghue bounces the ball, real pace, great left foot, over the bar. Kerry 1-6, Clare 4 points. Clare's wing back Roisin Considine. Roisin Considine bursts forward. It's a great run. What a goal. Absolutely great finish. And that's, as we look at it, doesn't quite go wide. Kerry pick it up. Cliona Blake trying to defend from the front, putting a lot of pressure on. Referee plays advantage, but Kerry break out again. And Niamh Carmody now has it. She's been involved in the play a lot. Spreads it wide. And good direct ball inside to the Kerry inside forwards. But excellent defending there from Clare's cornerback from Kilmahill. Ellie O'Gorman read that well and lays it off to Aisling Reedy from Dura Bearfield. Aisling Reedy outsider to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey back to Aisling Reedy. Aisling Reedy now cutting through the middle, has the shot, and that's a really good point from Aisling Reedy. And
from Fergus over, she's gone back centre back, and Tara Kelly's pushing forward, so she's helping out as the third midfielder, so that'll push Clare forward now.
Clare do very well through Lizzie Roach. They won that kick out, and Clare bursting forward now with Tara Kelly, lays it off, and that's a shot there from Lizzie Roach, and that's straight over the bar, and that's Kerry that it could get very difficult for Clare, but they've really, they've battled back really, really well in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very good response from Clare, and that's what you need, is good character there. Caoimhe Harvey's after taking the line ball, she's after finding Roisin Looney again, and she's linking up with Tara Kelly.
Tara Kelly is playing really, really well in that free role, because there's no one that seems to be marking her, and she's getting on an awful lot of the ball, carrying. Dan, it's been a very competitive first half, and that goal from Clare at the end, has made sure that hopefully we'll be in for a fairly competitive second half as well.
Yeah, absolutely. In fairness, Clare made a pile of running there in the first half, and they've had the better of Kerry at midfield. I think that's obvious. And Aisling Reedy has been absolutely outstanding, and that goal really, really topped it. Top corner, you couldn't even see it, and it was coming a while, because when they run a Kerry, they have the beating of them. But whether Kerry can rebuild now in the second half and get things going, they need to make a few changes at midfield, I feel. We're getting beaten on the ground. Maybe not in the air, but definitely on the ground. Kerry are getting beaten, and they will have to make a couple of changes, because the two girls, Roisin Looney and Aisling Reedy, are doing a bit of damage there.
Kerry made nearly a similar start to what they did against Meath. That goal, a soft goal from a Clare point of view, a mistake, and Hannah O'Donoghue took advantage. And at that stage, you'd be a bit concerned that maybe this could get a bit out of hand early in the game, but Clare came back very, very well.
They did. I think they got the next 3 points in a row after that. And coming down here to Stack Park, playing against a slight breeze. Fair play to them for coming back so well. It looked like when Kerry went 1-1. Score up. Hannah was doing a bit of damage inside. She was getting first to the ball. It looked like Kerry might run away with it in the first half. But no, credit to Clare. They came back well, and even after, I suppose, straight after the water break, Kerry totted on. I think it was it 3 or 4 points certainly in a row, and it looked like the game was going away from Clare again. But fair play, that goal just before half time there is going to make a very interesting second half.
And that's the thing then, that I suppose from everyone's point of view, that goal makes sure that it'll be very content Clare dressing room at half time, in that they'll say, look, we need to just keep doing what we're doing, maybe be a bit more clinical, that if you wides there, that a small bit more patience might they could have got another point or two.
Yeah, I think so. I think that possibly they need to be a bit more patient with their shooting. I think the two corner forwards are playing quite well when they get the ball. Full forward there, Fidelma Marinan, she at times, she's faded out a bit now, but at times she is very, very threatening. So I think if they get the ball in early to the full forward line, there could be scores to be got there. But I expect a different Kerry in the second half, to be honest about it. I think their management there are going to give them a fair old roasting at half time, and I think we could see a different animal in the second half.
A couple of the Kerry players that have stood out. Emma Deneen has been on an awful lot of ball.
Emma's been on an awful lot of the ball, very skillful player, good foot passer. Andrea Murphy, I think, is doing a lot of damage there at centre half forward. She's very direct. She's been fouled. There's a couple of scores have come off for Hannah O'Donoghue, who we mentioned already. She's will o' the wisp. She could get a goal in a second free. And Cart Lynch, I must say, is centre back. Really in the last 10 minutes of the first half, I suppose straight after the water break again, she's really come into it, and they need plenty more of that from Cart for the second half.
A broader question then, how are Kerry looking at championship this year? Like, what would represent a good championship for Kerry?
I suppose, look at the way they're looking at it, they've a lot of new young players in there, okay? But I suppose effectively you'd be hoping to get to an All-Ireland semi-final. That would be the big hope. Would bring on a lot of these players. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot won at underage level. But really and truly, an All-Ireland semi-final has to be the aim. It has to be the aim for this Kerry team.
And I mean, being completely realistic about it, no, it is only the league, and it's a very warm day and a whole lot. But Kerry would be expecting to win this game, by a few points from their point of view.
Yeah, in fairness, I suppose their top scorer, Louise Nemera-Hurtig, is rested today. She's carrying a slight quad injury, so they rested her today. Now you would have a different shape to the full forward line if Louise was in there. Larianne Scanlon, who I expect to see in the second half, she's missing from midfield. So I think with the two of them in there, you have a massive difference.
And just finally, Dan, as the teams come out, your impressions of Clare. Would you expect, if Clare can kind of maintain this level throughout the year, that they should be in the shake-up for the intermediate?
I'll tell you the truth, I'm very impressed with Clare today. I'm very impressed with that first half. I didn't expect it, to be honest, particularly going by the scoreline against Wexford, who, as we all know, were the whipping girls last year. Absolutely, there's a huge amount to build on there, and there is a couple of players come back into that Clare side as well, and I'm very impressed so far, and hopefully it can continue into the intermediate championship. Dan
Kearney from the Kerry Man, thanks indeed for talking to us at half time.
Thank you.
The second half is not too far away from getting underway here in Austin Stack Park. The conditions are, we've mentioned the conditions a few times. The conditions are absolutely top class. A reminder again of the half time score: Kerry leading Clare by 1-7 to Clare's 1-4. That goal that we mentioned quite a few times at half-time, just before half-time there, from Aisling Reedy. That really a crucial score, and kept Clare, has ensured that Clare will be kept in the game for most of the second half as the referee throws the ball in. So, Anne-Marie, from your point of view, Clare need to make a good start to the second half, and Kerry will be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, the Clare need to drive forward, and it worked in the first half when they were driving forward. They were putting the Kerry backs under pressure. Kerry are on the ball there now. Good work from Michaela Glynn, and from her backs it's out for a 45, but straight away the pressure has been put on the Clare backs. Good work to bring it out there for a 45.
So early opportunity now for Kerry to add to their first half total of 1-7 and turn a 3-point lead into a 4-point lead. They take it quickly back at the 45, back towards Louise Galvin. Kerry now breaking forward, the full forward. Hannah O'Donoghue hits that under a bit of pressure, and it screws well wide. And Clare, again, the kick-outs will be very important, Anne-Marie, as well.
Yeah, I know Michaela, I have a feeling she's going to go short with a lot of them. This one unfortunately has gone astray, and it's been won by Niamh
Concour. Kerry now in on goal, the corner forward goes to ground. That's a penalty, definite penalty. Megan O'Connor pulled down and in the act of shooting, and there's absolutely no question it was a penalty. And we are just a minute and a half into the second half, and the penalty is going to be taken by Síofra O'Shea. She's put over a couple of frees.
Yeah, there was a push in the back there, so it definitely was a penalty. Síofra, I know that she got a goal last week, so you would fancy her to score this, but I know Michaela has been working really hard to train with her new coach, goalkeeping coach, so I've no doubt he'll have her lots of practice at penalties. So
Síofra O'Shea steps up off her right foot, great save, rebounds, it's in the back of the net, and at the second attempt Síofra O'Shea put it away. Michaela Glynn made an absolutely top-class save, and unfortunately from her point of view it spilled to the corner forward, and the corner forward of course always should be following up in case that happens, and it was a lethal finish eventually.
Absolutely super save from Michaela, fair play to her, but unlucky that it happened to spill. The Clare going up the field, they gave it to Cleena Blake, who's given it to Tara Kelly, and she has found
she's linked up inside with the Clare half-time substitute, who gets the shot off there. That's Chloe Maloney from Gimmer Bricken, caught inside, great catch inside. The referee hasn't blown a whistle yet as Fidel McMartin is on the ground, and might have been expecting to hear a whistle. The ball broke, there was no whistle. Clare trying to still have it, trying to get a score out of this. Lizzie Roach with the shot, and that goes over the bar, and that was a great finish from Lizzie Roach under pressure. Fidel McMartin, was there a foul? It was very hard to see from here. Probably wasn't a foul. She was under pressure from a couple of Kerry defenders, but did very well to hold on to it and to try to recycle.
Yeah, unlucky she just happened to lose her footing there at the edge of the square. Clare got the score out of a really good score from Lizzie Roach, and that will boost her confidence as well.
Kerry 2-7, Clare 1-5. That's the scoreline here after 3 minutes of the second half of this Ladies Football Division 2 Lidl Ireland League game. Both teams won their first games. Kerry had a 6-point win a week ago up in Navan against Meath, and Clare had a 1-point win at home to Wexford, and that was in Cusack Park in Ennis.
And the second half is just about to start in Wexford Park, and it was half time. It was Meath 6-8, Wexford 1 point.
Chances are so Meath are probably going to win that one. Aisling Reedy pops the ball off as far as Emer Keane. Clare now again with Reedy, who's been so impressive in this first half, on the ball again on the far side of the field in front of the stand. She finds her midfield partner Roisin Looney. Looney gives the ball back. Clare attacking with real belief on this occasion. The shot from the middle of the field from Ciara McCarthy, well, not quite the middle of the field, about 40 yards out, but it spills. Players battling with real ferocity for the ball inside. There's a Kerry player still on the ground. Good defensive play there from Lizzie Roach, trying to defend from the front, but Kerry do well to come out. Ciara Murphy pops the ball off as far as Kerry's Niamh Concourt breaking forward under pressure from Roisin Looney, lays the ball off as far as the full forward Hannah O'Donoghue, and that's a superb point from play from Hannah O'Donoghue. It's Kerry's 8th. They've got 2-8 to Clare's 1-5, and Chloe Maloney has come on at half time, and we think, Anne-Marie, from what we can see, that it's Lauren Griffin from Fergus Rovers who's been replaced at half time.
Yeah, exactly. Lauren had a good first half. It's great to see her getting her opportunity.
Hannah O'Donoghue is in, gives the ball off to the corner forwards, and Siofra O'Shea finishes that. It's her second goal, her first from play, and the first one from, well, actually the first was technically from play as well, in that it was a penalty that was saved and she put away the rebound. On that occasion she got her palm to the pass across the square from Hannah O'Donoghue, and Kerry undoubtedly have made a blistering start to this second half. So we were speaking at half time to the report from the Kerry man Dan Carney, and he suggested that Kerry would have been given a bit of a talking to at half time. Certainly it looks as if they were. Chloe Maloney in on goal now, taking on Julia Sullivan. Chloe Maloney gets the ball across, well, tried to get the ball across goal. Might have been better off to go herself on that occasion. The pass wasn't really on. Kerry's Louise Galvin drives it forward in towards O'Donoghue at full forward. She's been outstanding for Kerry, always making herself available. Links up with Megan O'Connor, who's been very lively in the full forward line as well. The Kerry full forward line definitely have put over some great scores. Hannah O'Donoghue again gets the shot in, but this time it drops short, and Michaela Glenn emerges with possession, lays it off as far as Roisin Considine. Clare now building from the back. Aisling Reedy now making a great run, puts the ball into space in front of Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake has it now. She's taking on Kerry's Eva Doherty. Cliona Blake still has it, looks across field to try and see can someone make a run. Ciara McCarthy makes that run, but that's top class defending from Caught Lynch from Castle Island Desmonds. She read the run, got in the near hand tackle, deflected the ball away, held on to it and broke forward, but eventually lost possession herself. Clare now with Roisin Considine. Roisin Considine taking on Caught Lynch, cuts inside, good run from Roisin Considine from the scanner, gives it off as far as Tara Kelly from Cool Gales. Tara Kelly wearing 6 but attacking as often as she can, and gave the ball off as far as Fidelma Marnan, but the finish from Fidelma was a ragged enough finish, and Fidelma certainly capable of more than that.
Yeah, good work from Clare up on the right wing here. Fidelma, I think, needs to turn back and kind of work it into a more scoreable position. Clare, as I said in the first half, they need to start taking their scoring opportunities now. We don't want Kerry to tag on more scores. Cliona Blake is on the ball. She's after finding Chloe Maloney. Chloe has been on the ball 3 times since she came on, so really good work from her so far.
Aisling Reedy. And that's a great score yet again from Aisling Reedy. She scored 1-2 from play from midfield. Kerry 3-8, Clare 1-6, and that was a badly needed point.
Excellent score from Aisling Reedy. We've seen her do it time and time again for Dora Bearfield. Unfortunately, she missed out last year due to a hand injury. It's great to see her back to her best, and she's keeping Clare in touch there in the scoreboard.
That certainly was a really great score. Another player who's doing a lot of throws and work around the middle of the field is Roisin Looney. She won that kick out, gives it back to Reedy from St. Joseph's Dura Bearfield. Reedy in towards Chloe Maloney. She's made a good start since she's come on. Chloe Maloney pops it off to the runner, and that's an exceptional score there from Clare. from Quiva Harvey.
It's a super score.
Great score.
Super score from Quiva. I know it's easy for us to say now, but Lizzie Roach had gone in there behind the pocket if Quiva had spotted her, but excellent score from Quiva there. She's playing a little bit more defensively today. She's not going forward as much, but a superb score from Quiva. Again, she does that time and time again for West Clare Gaels.
Kerry making a substitution here. They're taking off midfielder Megan O'Connell, and they've introduced wearing number 21 another O'Connell, Mary O'Connell from Naguil. So Mary O'Connell wearing 21, replacing Megan O'Connell at midfield. The kick out now, it breaks. There's 3 Kerry players around it, and number 8 Louise Galvin picks up that break, and Kerry with Niamh O'Connor now up this near side of the field, but the ball inside is cut out nicely by Shifra Nichunnell wearing fullback. Also another substitute has come in as well, Anna Galvin wearing number 17 for Kerry, and Anna Galvin is from Southern Gaels, and we'll try and work out who Anna Galvin has come in for it. Kerry making a couple of changes early in this second half. Lizzie Roach now battling really well for it inside up against Aisling Desmond, and the free is a free in to Clare, and so it has to be said that I think it's the referee Austin O'Connell now says bring it in a bit, so 1 or 2 Kerry players, probably Anne-Marie said that there might have been a full agreement with that free. It's taken quickly to Fidelma Martin. Can she put it over the bar? Yes, she can, and that's Clare's third successive point, and it's, you know, they're fighting back into it after the 2 early Kerry goals in the second half.
Yeah, that was really good work from Clare. The free was taken quickly, found Fidelma, and she popped it over the bars, keeping Clare in touch. Very good score.
It's down now to a 6-point game. We've had 10.5 minutes of the second half here in outstanding conditions here as Kerry introduced Lorraine Scanlon wearing number 18, and Lorraine Scanlon has come in for Kerry's number 8, Louise Galvin. So Lorraine Scanlon from Castle Island, Desmond, certainly a very, very highly rated player, and we can see there immediately involved in the play in the middle third of the field as she picked up that kick out and laid it off to Mary O'Connell, another substitute, Mary O'Connell from Naguil. Kerry now get it forward quickly as far as Hannah O'Donoghue, but that's excellent defending there from Clare's fullback Shifra Nichunnell, who got a hand in and is now breaking forward herself, running into a couple of tackles, lays it off as far as Roisin Looney solos the ball, hops it, does well under a bit of pressure. She's being pressurised well by Kaylee Cronin, but eventually the referee says that it's a free given away by Mary O'Connell. Gets it forward quickly in as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney now tries to get on the left foot. Great ball into Fidelma Martin. She's in. Shot. Great save by the goalkeeper, and it goes just to the right and wide. Chloe Maloney did outstandingly well to win that. Great pass, and Fidelma Martin did everything right, to be fair, and the goalkeeper Ciara Butler from Castle Gregory, super save. So
yeah, super work from Clare. I think we mentioned last year about Chloe Maloney's vision. She picked out Fidelma there with a super pass. Fidelma did everything right, put the ball on the ground, was going for the bottom left hand corner. Superb save there by Ciara Butler to deflect it out. It could easily have gone in from the deflection also, but it just tailed out, and it's going to be a 45 for Clare, and it's going to be taken by, it looks like, Ciara McCarthy, and I'd say she could go shorter. Chloe's in front look calling for it, but the linesman has called. I think there's a substitution coming, or no, there isn't. He's just actually Ciara McCarthy is, looks as if Ciara McCarthy is been substituted, and I haven't seen yet who's come in, but we'll keep a very close eye and we'll work it out after a minute or two, see who's come in. Certainly the Clare changes with Chloe Maloney coming in has worked. Yeah, definitely. She's been on the ball, yeah, and as we mentioned here, her vision for that pass was excellent. Chloe is very experienced. She's after taking the 45. She's found Roisin Looney. Roisin's looking for support off the shoulder. She's found Tara Kelly. Tara Kelly bounces the ball, gets the shot in. If that goes over, it'll be a great point, but it goes just to the left and wide as goalkeeper. As the Kerry goalkeeper Ciara Butler looked at that, and I think Clare have introduced Laura Griffey wearing number 20. So
And I think also Cliona Blake is being substituted as well. So Clare's Cliona Blake is being substituted, and we'll just see who comes in. It's Katrina Canlan from Kilmahill. So Katrina Canlan is wearing number 22, and she has joined the action now 14 minutes into the second half here in Tralee. Another substitute, Anna Galvin from Southern Gales, has it now. She's running at Clare's Shifra Nichonel. It's a great run from Galvin, it's a great shot, and that's a superb point. And that really was a super score. She won the ball herself, took on 2 or 3 Clare defenders, put it over the bar. Kerry lead by 3-9 to Clare's 1-8, and we are just over 14 minutes into the second half in Austin Stacks Park here in Tralee, as Clare through Quiva Harvey get forward, and the other wing back Roisin Consign links up with Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma Marnan solos the ball a couple of times. She's trying to be patient, waiting for someone to make a run, lays it off as far as Katrina Canlan. The Clare player goes to ground, and the referee says that's definitely a free, and the Clare player was Lizzie Roach, and Lizzie's had a good game inside corner forward.
Yeah, she's had a great game. She's been in front for every pass. Chloe's after finding Roisin Looney here in space. Roisin's driving forward. She's looking for support. There's no one there. She's holding up the ball.
And gets it back as far as Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma Marnan turned on a sixpence, put that over the bar. Lovely point from Fidelma Marnan, who of course won it for Clare last week. It's down now to a 6-point game. 15 minutes gone in the second half. So it's still a live game, and Clare are showing enough of threat up front to show that, or to suggest that the game isn't entirely gone away from.
Yeah, absolutely. They're driving forward every occasion. It's great to see Katrina Callan back after her knee surgery. She was involved in that play earlier on, so it's great to see her back playing county football again. Yeah,
Kerry now attacking on the far side of the field. They've got an opportunity now to get Hannah O'Donoghue in on goal. She's surrounded by 3 Clare players. The referee says, yep, that was over-carrying. Tara Kelly, one of the 3 Clare defenders, who did very well on that occasion to force the Kerry full forward to overplay the ball. I have to say the referee has been good as well, as Clare have it now with Katrina Canlan in the middle of the field, lays it off as far as Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney breaking forward. She's fouled there by Kaylee Cronin. Referee says that's definitely a free in. We must be approaching the second half water break now at this point. We are 16 minutes into that second half, and the free, when the referee blows his whistle again, will be taken by Roisin Looney.
Yeah, we've seen Roisin drive forward time and time again today, and she's been fouled on this occasion. She's after kicking a really good ball into Fidelma. Fidelma's in possession at the moment, and she's taking on the Kerry defence.
Fidelma Marnan up against Ciara Murphy from MKL Gales. Lizzie Roach has it now. Lizzie Roach gives it back as far as Clare's Katrina Canlan. Katrina Canlan switches the play to the far side. Will it work? Roisin Consign is doing her best to make sure it will work, but so too was Niamh Concour, who defended extremely well on that occasion, and Kerry win the free out. That was great defensive play from the Kerry wing forward. Kerry now in the middle of the field through Lorraine Scanlon from Castle Island Desmonds. Castle gives it off to Andrea Murphy, who had a great first half. Andrea Murphy now trying to take on Clare's Emer Keane. Referee blows the whistle, and in fact he saw a bit of pulling inside. He saw a bit of pulling on the Clare fullback Shifra Nichonel, said that was a free out to Clare. Roisin Looney with the pink boots in front of us, up against Kerry's Niamh Concour, but she decides to switch to play inside as far as Aisling Reedy. Aisling Reedy gets it forward, ball breaks. It wasn't the greatest pass, it didn't favour the forward. Kerry won the break. Caught Lynch has it. Caught Lynch gives it infield. Kerry Shifra O'Shea, who scored 2 goals, links up again. Murphy, the centre forward. This is good combination play at the far side of the field with Anna Galvin involved as well, and Kerry eventually gets a shot off, and it's put over by Rachel Dwyer, another substitute from Southern Gales, and Kerry extend their lead. Kerry 3-10, Clare 1-9. It's a 7-point lead, and I mean it's a cliche, Emery, but the goal's definitely the difference.
Yeah, definitely, and I think if Clare want to pull this back in the next 15 minutes, I think they need to let the ball go a little bit quicker inside. I saw Chloe Maloney making a run there, and the ball didn't go into her. Lizzie Roach is covering a lot of ground. For Delma, I think they need to get the ball into them a little bit quicker. Girls in the middle of the field, Ashton Reedy, Roisin Looney are playing excellent. Roisin Constantine and Caoimhe Harvey are going forward. Tara Kelly's working really hard in defence also. Siofra O'Connell is getting on top of Hannah O'Donoghue there. She won a really good ball with 10 minutes gone there. And, you know, Clare are working hard, as are Kerry. I know Kerry have a lot of substitutions. They brought on some really experienced players there, and the likes of Lorraine Scanlon, Anna Galvin, who have been around for years. And I know I'd say they want to see out this game, but Clare have other choices. And just looking at the Wexford game, there's a minute gone in the second half there, and it's Meath 7-9 and Wexford still with just that 1 point. So
certainly a fairly deflating day for Wexford, I'd say. I'm sure it's as warm down in the sunny southeast, as they call it, as it is here in Tralee. So tough second half there in store for Wexford, or what's left of it. What's left of this second half is just over 12 minutes when play resumes. We're stopped because of the second half water break, and if ever a water break was needed, definitely was a day like today. There's been a lot of talk about whether water breaks should be retained or not, but I don't think anyone will be given out anywhere around the country today that water breaks have been retained, because a drop of water badly needed today, Emery.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it gives the teams a chance, a minute to get instructions from their managers. And, you know, I think it's no harm, especially on days like today. I know, as you said, there has been a few given out about it, but I think it's been working okay so far.
Referee Austin O'Connell from Galway blows his whistle, and play resumes. The kick out from Michaela Glenn is won by Kerry, and their substitute Caoimhe Evans from MKL Gales bursting forward, doing very well, lays the ball off as far as Siofra O'Shea. She's held up. Kerry recycle, get it back to Anna Galvin, who's definitely made an impression, as you would expect, since she's come in. Takes the return, gets the shot off. Great block there from Clare's Ellie O'Gorman, but the second opportunity is presented to Anna Galvin. She was blocked initially by Ellie O'Gorman, but she picked up the break, put it over the bar off her right foot, and that's Kerry's 11th point. They lead now by 3-11 to Clare's 1-9. So that's it's an 8-point game, as Kerry make another substitution. They're taking off Kaylee Cronin, their wing back, and trying to work out who's come in. In fact, it's Sarah Murphy from Rathmore. So Sarah Murphy comes in to the full back line, and Kerry's cornerback, who started at cornerback, Julia Sullivan, she moves upfield to wing back to replace Kaylee Cronin in that position. Clare take the kick out now. Michaela Glynn finds Ellie O'Gorman. Ellie O'Gorman gives it back as far as Michaela Glynn. Michaela Glynn scans the field but decides to pop it to Ellie O'Gorman. Ellie O'Gorman is being harassed by Siofra O'Shea. It's good defending from the front by the Kerry inside line. Clare haven't come out of their own full back line yet, but this time spread the play. Michaela Glynn spreads the play as far as cornerback Orla Devitt. Orla Devitt now makes a good run forward, holds onto the ball well, runs into a tackle, and that's excellent defending from Mary O'Connell. She won it back there off Orla Devitt. Kerry now have got a chance here. Great football, great shot, but it just drifts wide there from Rachel Dwyer from Southern Gales. And we mentioned it last week in the commentary, Anne-Marie, that one of the things that coaches of, I suppose, in any sport love to see is their attacking players. As the referee says, that's a 45, so there was obviously a block on that shot, but coaches in any sport love to see their attacking players defend from the front.
Absolutely, and turning the ball over and putting the pressure on the back straight away, and that's a prime example of it there. The ball was turned over and it could easily have been a goal for Kerry. They're taking their 45, and Hannah O'Donoghue is I'd say she's going to go long by the way she's standing. Yep.
Hannah O'Donoghue goes 4 or 5 yards back, comes up, gets behind it well. It's a dangerous ball. It's well defended inside by Ellie O'Gorman. That was great play from the Kilmahill cornerback. Excellent play, held on to it well.
Yeah, great hands from Ellie there, and we've seen time and time again Ellie's so solid in defence, and a lovely kicker of the ball also. Caoimhe Harvey's on the ball here. She's no support with her, she's still going, and she's after finding
in the inside line. Clare's Laura Griffey, who's come on as a substitute from Burren Gales. Clare now trying to recycle. The referee had his hand up, playing advantage to Clare. Laura Griffey wasn't in the position there to get a shot in, so the referee calls it back, and this is going to be a free about 23-24 yards out. It suits a right-footed kicker. It's on the left-hand side, and the kicker is going to be Fidelma Marnan from West Clare Gales. So she bounces the ball 2 or 3 times and takes it short, gives it to Chloe Maloney. Will Chloe give it back or have the shot? She has the shot, and the goalkeeper did well to get it around the post. That was good goalkeeping there from Ciara Butler from Castle Gregory, and that was as Clare make a couple of more substitutions here now. We'll keep an eye on the substitutes, but that Anne-Marie was a really good save and good quick thinking as well, as one of the Clare players who's taken off is Emer Keane, and Roisin Looney is being substituted as well, and we'll see who's come in. Joanna Doohan has come in wearing number 23 from Kimmery Albricken, and the second substitute is Carl O'Leary from Newmarket and Fergus. So 2 good subs in there for Clare for the last 8 minutes. Clare in possession again here now. They won the kick out well, and another free for Clare as Roisin Considine is fouled, but the kick at the ball in towards Chloe Maloney, brilliantly cut out by Aisling Desmond, the Kerry captain at full back from Rathmore, and Kerry now in control, really leading by 3-11 to 12 points. That's 20 points to 12. It's an 8-point game, but Kerry will be, I suppose, fairly keen to ensure that they at least retain and possibly add to that advantage. Siofra O'Shea is pushed in the back, and it's a free in to Kerry about 25 yards out.
Yeah, I think it's important. I know Kerry are going to keep driving on, but it's important for Clare that they don't give up now, that they keep tagging on a few scores. The girls that have been introduced, they need to make an impact. There's another game, important game coming up against Meath next week. So they'll be wanting to show their place on the team and do well. So it's important that Clare keep a positive attitude and keep driving on for the last 7 or 8 minutes here in Kerry.
Rachel Dwyer from Southern Gales sold the ball once or twice, steadies herself and expertly puts that straight over the bar. That's a really good score from a free about 30 yards out, but a tricky enough breeze here in Tralee, so that was well steered over by Rachel Dwyer. Kerry extend their lead 3-12 to Clare's 1-9.
And it's just the water break in Wexford Park, and it's Wexford 4 points, Meath 7-12.
So Meath's still going well in that one. Kerry defending really well again from the front. Quiva Evans on that occasion robbed Kerry in on goal, but the corner forward overran the ball. The corner forward was Siofra O'Shea, who has put away 2 goals, but on that occasion just overran it. And Clare now drive it forward long up as far as Laura Griffey. Laura Griffey did extremely well to win that ball under pressure. She was fouled. Aisling Reid is going to take the free. Aisling Reid pops it inside to Carla Leary. Carla Leary gives it off to Tara Kelly. Tara Kelly making another run forward from that centre back position, but her shot is blocked, but well picked up there by Clare's Joanna Doohan from Kimmery Albricken. And in possession again now is Carla Leary. It's good play from Carla Leary, the dual player from Newmarket and Fergus. She's represented Clare across all codes, camogie and ladies football, and when she does, whether it's for Clover County, always gives it everything. In the meantime, Kerry building another attack with this time Lorraine Scanlon wearing 18. Scanlon gets it forward, fisted pass as far as Quiva Evans from MKL Gales. Quiva Evans still has it, did well under pressure to lay it off, but the referee's a bit closer than I am, and he said, Quiva, you threw it, and that's a free to Clare. They take it fairly quickly. Clare now trying to certainly end on a high note. They've played some great football. The goals, the difference here, Siofra O'Connell does well to break forward, gives it off as far as Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma Marnan could see what she was doing, Anne-Marie, trying to switch the play, but the execution didn't match the idea on that occasion.
Yeah, it was very well read there by the Kerry defence. Kerry seem to be well on top now. They have Anna Clifford introduced from the Fossa club. They're driving forward, but Clare are battling hard. You know, they're working hard. They're trying to create those turnovers, getting 2 or 3 in tackling with an ear-hand tackle at the same time. Siofra O'Connell made a really good run up the field there. Tara Kelly is currently on the ball, and she's been surrounded by Kerry defence, but she's still driving forward.
Great run from Tara Kelly.
She's
pops it off as far as
Katrina Conlon,
and that's a lethal finish from the Kilmahill corner forward.
Yeah, great to see Katrina back, as I said earlier, and a super finish from Katrina. And that's an excellent goal from Clare, well worked.
It was a really, really great run from Tara Kelly as Kerry make another substitution. They're taking off Julia Sullivan, who started at corner back and moved out to wing back. Clare make a couple of late changes here as well. We'll work out who's come on for Clare. Ailish Kinney from Cool Gaels has come on to make her debut, as has Aisling Morrissey from Clare wearing 24 and Ailish Kinney wearing 19. So
yeah, it's great to see Ailish Kinney getting her opportunity, and also Aisling Morrissey, who's the niece of All-Star Etna Morrissey. So it's great, 2 young players getting their chance here for the last couple of minutes.
So it's after all that, it's a 6-point game. So if Clare could get the next score, and if it ever was a goal, well, you know, we could be in for an extremely interesting last few minutes. Ball forward from brilliantly won inside by Katrina Conlon. That's super play. The pass was from Chloe Maloney. Clare still have it now. Loads of Kerry defenders around. Clare need to be patient with their decision making. Conlon has it again, gives it back as far as Maloney. Maloney looks up, lovely ball forward as far as Roisin Constantine. Great finish, great point. That's as good a score as we've seen today.
Super score. All the girls that have been brought off the bench have made a huge impact. Excellent vision there to pick out Roisin Constantine. Super score.
3-12 Kerry, Clare 2-10. So it's a 5-point game. There's not too long left. There's 2 minutes left. Maybe a bit of injury time as well. So you never know. It really has been a really, really good game. Both teams have got some great scores. Both teams at different times have defended well. There's Clare in particular around the middle of the field in the first half were excellent. Kerry have come into it since in that sector. They brought in some really good subs as well who made a huge difference, like Anna Galvin and Lorraine Scanlon. But Clare are still battling. The ball from Kerry now goes in over the top to Michaela Glenn. Michaela Glenn does well, comes off the line, and Clare now breaking forward with Ailish Kinney from Cool Gaels. Does well, soling the ball on her left foot, gives it inside to another Clare substitute. This time it's Carla Leary. She's been involved quite a bit as well. Carla Leary gives it back as far as Ailish Kinney. Ailish Kinney hops the ball, gives it back to Carla Leary. Clare being very patient. Carla Leary has it. She definitely won't panic, but she's under a bit of pressure from Kerry Siofra O'Shea, but does really well to get it back to Roisin Constantine. And now another run here, this time from Cueva Harvey. Harvey gets it forward as far as Siofra O'Connell. O'Connell gives it back. O'Connell gives it back to Harvey, and Harvey finds Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney on her left foot switches the play. Great vision to find Roisin Constantine, who's fouled. That was a definite foul there from Cueva Evans, and this free is going to be, when it's taken, will be about 30 yards out roughly, Anne-Marie, maybe a yard or two. With that, it's going to be taken by Chloe Maloney. Will Chloe be content to put this over the bar and make it a 4-point game, or I'd say she'd probably go short, but let's see what will happen here. There's not too many runs being made inside. If Clare are going to go short, Chloe, I'd say, is going to go for the point off her left foot, puts that magnificently over the bar, and Clare have finished really, really well. I mean, it's unlikely they're going to win it, but it is only a 4-point game. But they can take a lot from this game against a team of the calibre of Kerry. Absolutely,
and we said with 20 minutes to go, they need to drive on, and they have done that. And a superb performance from them. They're all working so hard. Kerry they've won their kick out here, and they have Aoife Delan on the ball.
Wearing number 26, Aoife Delan from the home club here, Austin Stacks, as Kerry bursts forward. But I think that pass might be overhit, but no, it isn't, because Kerry do really well to win it with Rachel Dwyer on the ball now. Dwyer taking on Clare, pops it as far as Siofra O'Shea. Great run from O'Shea, great shot, super point, and I suppose it's testament to Clare in a lot of ways, Anne Marie, that Kerry probably felt on that occasion, she first said that she needed to get a score to kind of try and put Clare away, because they've come right back into it.
Yeah, exactly. And Clare in possession again with Roisin Considine. As I said, they're not giving up. They're driving forward. They have runners. They seem to be a little bit fitter, I think.
Lovely ball from Fidelma Marnin. She changed the play there to the far side of the field, where she found Caoimhe Harvey. Harvey tried to get it forward in as far as Chloe Maloney, but the pass wasn't the most accurate, and Kerry emerged with it. And one of their best players today is on the ball now, Hannah O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue gets it forward to the inside line, in towards Rachel Dwyer. Kerry now looking dangerous inside. Can they add to their scoreline? Great shot and a great goal. And that was a really good effort there and a really good finish. It has to be said from Kerry. And the referee says the kick-out was taken a bit too quickly. And I suppose that goal from Kerry absolutely ensures that they win the game. And the goal was finished by Lorraine Scanlon, and I suppose a player of her quality, not that much of a surprise.
Yeah, it was a superb finish. Left Michaela with no chance there, and it just shows like the standard Kerry are at and what they can do. Really, really good score. I've seen Fidelma has been substituted there, and Katie Knoll from Burn Gales is getting her opportunity.
We're well into injury time here. We're about 2.5 minutes into injury time. Kerry leading Clare by 4-11 to 2-11. Great hands there from Clare's Orla Devitt, about 30 yards out, gives it back as far as Roisin Considine. The referee sees that there was a foul on Roisin Considine, taken quickly by Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney tried to get it forward as far as Orla Devitt. Orla Devitt spilled possession. It was won back by Kerry centre back Caught Lynch from Castle Island Desmond. She was fouled herself as well. It's now at the discretion of the referee as regards how long is going to be left. The free is taken by Caught Lynch as far as Aoife Delan. Kerry, however, spilled possession. Roisin Considine gets it forward, and Roisin Considine finds Clare's Katrina Canlan, who put away that lethal second half goal that was set up by Tara Kelly. Chloe Maloney has it. Chloe Maloney lays it off as far as Orla Devitt. Orla Devitt gives it back to Maloney. Maloney looks to the far side of the field. Lovely angle ball to the far side. Clare now trying to make something happen here. Sheafrin O'Connell is up there. Can she get a shot in? Gives it back to Orla Devitt. All the Clare defenders there have left themselves probably open at the back, and that's one of the reasons why Kerry scored their fourth goal. But Clare understandably probably feel, well, they might as well throw everything at it here and maybe try and add another score. Laura Griffey bounces the ball, breaking forward. Good run from Laura Griffey. Clare now in with Canlan again. Uses her fist, gets it across. The ball's in the back of the net, and I think it was Sheafrin O'Connell. Great play again from Katrina Canlan. Gets the ball forward, and nice close range finish from Sheafrin O'Connell.
A super goal, really good decision making there from Katrina Canlan. I see Sheafra has moved up to a forward position since Aisling Morrissey has come on. Really good score. So it's Ellie and Aisling in the full back line, and the ref has actually bowled the full time whistle. And
that score from Sheafrin O'Connell turns out to be the final score of what was a highly entertaining ladies football Division 2 Lidl league game here in Tralee. It's finished Kerry 4-13, Clare 3 goals and 11 points. So a 5-point win in the end. We're going to have highlights in a couple of minutes of the first half, and there's going to be a lot of of the entire game, I should say. And there's going to be plenty of opportunities. There's going to be plenty of highlights, Marie, because there was some great stuff from both teams.
Absolutely, some excellent play from both teams. Really good goals scored from both teams. Really good effort from both teams, and we wanted a competitive game, to start, and that's what we got here. And the two teams can be very proud of themselves. Clare, unlucky that they missed a few opportunities in the first half, but they're going to take a lot from this game. We have mentioned the Kerry are a senior team, and it's testament to Clare. They're doing great work. Their subs that came on were excellent. Chloe Maloney, Katrina Canlan, Laura Griffey, Eilish Kinney. Yeah, they all did really well when they came on, and it's great to see that. And I know Kerry brought on their bench. They brought on their experienced players like Lorraine Scanlon, Anna Galvin, Sarah Murphy, Ava Doherty, just to name but a few. And I know that we were speaking to the Kerry chairperson half time, or from the Kerry man, and he mentioned that Kerry would come out a different team in the second half. I think they did come out a different team in the second half, but Clare upped their game also and made it extremely competitive and hard working for them.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was a terrific game. Conditions as well, we mentioned it quite a few times. Very warm, but a bit of a breeze. Conditions, I suppose, perfect for all of us watching a game, but equally from a player's point of view, you'd love to play in conditions like this.
Yeah, exactly, and both teams are going to take a lot from it. Now Clare have to go to Meath next week, and Kerry will be playing Wexford. But I think that starting off with Clare, they'll take great confidence from this game going into next week. You know, Evan and his backroom team, I'm sure, will work on a lot of things from this game throughout the week, and I know that Kerry will be hot favourites against Wexford. Meath have comprehensively beaten them today, you know. But look, it's still only the league. They're going to be learning loads from each of the games, and it'll be preparing both sides for championship.
Well, thanks indeed to Anne-Marie Canlan for her excellent analysis as always throughout the afternoon. And we'll talk to Anne-Marie next week up in Navan. We'll be live streaming Clare versus Meath from Navan next weekend. Just before we go, we're going to have highlights of the game now in a couple of minutes, but I'd like to first of all just thank the various people who helped to make it possible here today. Alan Foodie and Shane Lorgan on cameras, who helped the whole operation to make sure it took place. Darren Fall as well on production, great work, and to our sound engineer as well, Tracy Whelan. Thanks to Tracy too for her excellent work in making sure that we could be heard, because we of course like to be heard, Anne-Marie, don't we?
We do, yeah, we do.
So for myself, Peter O'Connell, thanks to everyone. Also, I'd like to thank as well both county boards and the people from both management teams for making people available before the game to speak to and at half time. It certainly makes our job easier, so hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. So for myself, Peter O'Connell, hope you enjoyed that. We'll talk to you again next weekend, and in the meantime we'll look at some highlights of what was a highly entertaining game here from Austin Stack Park in Tralee. The Finn from the front putting a lot of pressure on, referee plays advantage, but Kerry break out again, and Niamh Carmody now has it. He's been involved in the play a lot, spreads it wide, and good direct ball inside to the Kerry inside forwards, but excellent defending there from Clare's cornerback from Kilmahel. Elio Gorman read that well and lays it off to Aisling Reedy from Dura Bearfield. Aisling Reedy outsider to Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey back to Aisling Reedy. Aisling Reedy now cutting through the middle, has the shot, and that's a really good point from Aisling Reedy. And
from where Fergus over, she's gone back centre back, and Tara Kelly's pushing forward, so she's helping out as the third midfielder, so that'll push Clare forward now.
Clare do very well through Lizzie Roach. They won that kick out, and Clare bursting forward now with Tara Kelly, lays it off, and that's a shot there from Lizzie Roach, and that's straight over the bar, and that's Kerry that it could get very difficult for Clare, but they've really, they've battled back really well in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very good response from Clare, and that's what you need, is good character there. Quiva Harvey's after taking the line ball, she's after finding Roisin Looney again, and she's linking up with Tara Kelly.
Tara Kelly is playing really well in that free role, because there's no one that seems to be marking her, and she's getting on an awful lot of the ball, carrying it forward, still has it, gives it back to Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney now licks up with Aisling Reedy. She's already put a great point over the bar. She takes on Kerry, goes past 2 or 3 players, she's in. Good opportunity, great shot, great save, 45. That staying static. Cliona Blake now taking on a couple of Kerry players. Gets past. Really great score there from Cliona Blake. She got past the challenge of Louise Galvin and Julia Sullivan. Under pressure, put it over the bar. That's a superb score from Cliona Blake.
Super score, for really good sidestepping, really good balance. First 10 minutes here. There plenty of running off the ball and plenty of support play, and Fidelma Marnin has put the ball over the bar.
Good score from Fidelma Marnin, attacking effectively through Emma Deneen. She gives it off as far as Hannah O'Donoghue, lays it off to the midfielder Louise Galvin. Louise Galvin gets the shot in, and that goes Hannah O'Donoghue. Hannah O'Donoghue bounces the ball, real pace, great left foot over the bar. Kerry 1-6, Clare 4 points. Clare's wing back Roisin Consign burst forward. It's a great run. What a goal. Absolutely great finish. And that's then gives the ball off to the corner forwards, and Síofra O'Shea finishes that. It's her second goal, her first in play, and the first one from, well, actually
taking their scoring opportunities now. We don't want Kerry to tag on more scores. Cliona Blake is on the ball. She's after finding Chloe Maloney. Chloe has been on the ball 3 times since she came on, so really good work from her so far.
Aisling Reedy, and that's a great score yet again from Aisling Reedy. She scored 1-2 from play from midfield. Kerry 3-8, Clare 1-6, and that was a badly needed point.
Excellent score from Aisling Reedy. We've seen her do it time and time again for Dora Bearfield. Unfortunately, missed out last year due to a hand injury. It's great to see her back to
that free. It's taken quickly to Fidelma Martin. Can she put it over the bar? Yes, she can, and that's Clare's third successive point, and it's, they're fighting back into it after the 2 early Kerry goals in the second half.
Yeah, that was really good work from Clare. The free was taken quickly, found Fidelma, and she popped it up.
Gets it forward quickly in as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney now tries to get on the left foot. Great ball into Fidelma Martin. She's in. Shot. Great save by the goalkeeper, and it goes just to the. There's Síofra O'Shea. It's a great run from Galvin. It's a great shot, and that's a superb point. And that really was a super score. Links up again. Murphy, the centre forward. This is good combination play at the far side of the field with Anna Galvin involved as well. And Kerry is Ellie O'Gorman, but the second opportunity is presented to Anna Galvin. She was blocked initially by Ellie O'Gorman, but she picked up the break, put it over the bar all 2 or 3 times, and takes it short, gives it to Chloe Maloney. Will Chloe give it back or have the shot? She has the shot, and the goalkeeper did well. Rachel Dwyer from Southern Gales sold the ball once or twice, steadies herself, and expertly puts that straight over the bar. That's a really good.
Sarah Kelly is currently on the ball, and she's been surrounded by Kerry defence, but she's still driving forward.
Great run from Sarah Kelly.
She's
pops it off as far as Katrina Conlon, and that's a lethal finish from the Kilmahill corner forward.
Yeah, great to see Katrina back, as I said earlier, and a super finish from Katrina. And that's an excellent goal from Clare, well worked.
It was a really. Clare need to be patient with their decision making. Callan has it again, gives it back as far as Maloney. Maloney looks up, lovely ball forward as far as Roisin Consign. Great finish. Going to go short. Chloe, I'd say, is going to go for the point off her left foot. Puts that magnificently over the bar. And Clare have finished really, really well. I mean, it's unlikely they're going to win it, but it is only a 4-point game. But they can take a lot from this game against a team of the calibre of Kerry.
Absolutely, and we said with 20.
Riffy, Clare now in with Callan again. Uses her fist, gets it across. The ball's in the back of the net, and I think it was. In fact, it was Síofra O'Shea. Nice close range finish from Síofra O'Shea.
A super goal, really good decision making there from Katrina Callan. I see Síofra has moved up to a forward position since Aisling Morrissey has come on. Really good score, so it's Ellie and Aisling in the full back line, and the ref has actually bowled the full time whistle.
And that score from Síofra O'Shea turns out to be the final score of